Could Shiba Inu become a global powerhouse within the next 5 years? A lot of people have written off Shiba Inu and haven't paid much attention to it in general, even from last market cycle where it went on one of the most insane runs in crypto history. And now, even as it has stood the test of time, people are still sleeping on it and missing the big things that are in fact taking place. And we're going to talk about the potential that actually comes with Shiba Inu heading into a new era of crypto. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So Shiba Inu has evolved pretty heavily since its first inception, since its initial iteration. So when Shiba Inu was first created, we obviously know that about half the supply was given to Vitalik. Vitalik did this major burn that really brought a lot of exciting optics to Shiba Inu. And it's really existed in this decentralized state for a long period of time, basically since that point. It's a renowned smart contract, deflationary supply, no admin keys. And what that means is that, it can never be altered. It is the truest, purest form of crypto in this space. And we obviously know that SHIB has been tried to be took further. They tried to take SHIB further with the SHIB ecosystem. And we haven't necessarily liked the way that things have been going, right? Some of the things have been flops. They've gotten off path on certain things. It seems like, some parts of it have been done to essentially line the pockets of those creating the SHIB ecosystem. But I will say I have to commend them on the push that they are trying to do, because Shytoshi and the SHIB ecosystem team have continued to push forward, make these big partnerships. For example, the UAE partnership, that's a very big one. And they've continued to get these global optics, which I think is a big thing when it comes to Shiba Inu. The best thing that you can have for an asset is in fact optics. Now, Shytoshi did in fact do had a conversation recently, or was on a talk or whatever. And what he was talking about was Shiba Inu, the ecosystem, becoming a global powerhouse within the next 5 years. And we have to think about, what the big goal was in this. Why was Shibarium created? Why are all these different pieces of the ecosystem actually being put in place? And it's to kind of bridge the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. We've talked about this way early on. And basically the big target is to not compete with other meme coins in the space, not compete with Doge, Pepe, whoever. It's to actually compete with some of these other major blockchains in the space. It's to actually bring tech online, right? For example, he insisted that SHIB isn't going to be competing with meme coins. It's competing with the likes of XRP and Solana. Okay. So what I will say is that, again, we haven't always been on the same page. We're still not on the same page. We got a long way to go. But what's interesting here is if we can get to this point where the SHIB ecosystem does in fact gain major adoption, if there is huge optics surrounding this, you could see Shiba Inu gain some major interest. And it really could do a lot of things people are not anticipating. Now, what I mean by that is SHIB price may perform in a way that people aren't expecting. We might be talking again hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap. As we get into next market cycle, we might be talking trillions of dollars in market cap. Now, that might seem a little crazy, but when you really think about it, when we look at where Shiba Inu dominance is currently, obviously at the time of filming this video, SHIB's at 40165. If we actually look at SHIB dominance, they're expecting the global market cap of crypto to climb to $100 trillion by the end of this next market cycle. This isn't, a guarantee or anything like that. That's just what projections are. SHIB currently sits at 0.3% dominance in terms of crypto, right? That would currently mean that if we were to get to $100 trillion in terms of the global market cap of crypto, that means Shiba Inu would currently sit at about a $300 billion market cap. Okay. Now, understand that SHIB tends to perform better on later in these market cycles. SHIB, at the height of the last market cycle, guys, was about a 2% dominance. That would put SHIB, if we were at that point in dominance, at about a $2 trillion market cap. Even this surge that we saw in March back in 2024, that put SHIB at about a 1% market dominance. Okay. So we're still waiting to kind of break out of this dominance trend. The nice thing is that SHIB has been doing a pretty good job of sitting around 0.25% or higher here in this market cycle. And what this means is that when retail returns to the space and brings some major optics, we could see SHIB really start to climb up these charts again. Now, if you see SHIB start to gain more functionality, or the SHIB ecosystem gain more functionality while they try to tackle this adoption curve, which is something they've addressed specifically, that again brings more global optics. It brings more capital. It really gets Shiba Inu looked at in a way outside of a meme coin. It is the evolution of SHIB, right? What he's referencing is basically, he's calling this a Disney rebirth, all right? Asserting that the ecosystem will incorporate technologies and evolve as the media did. He's saying that SHIB is Mickey Mouse, okay? And frankly, Shiba Inu is that global mascot, the friendly face that new people see. It is the one that brings adoption to the space in general. When you get on a exchange, I'm losing my train of thought. When you get on an exchange and you start searching, do you look at some of these other boring assets at the top, the ones that have, $97,000, $2,000, $100, right? Or do you go down to the one that has 40165, and is that the one you buy because psychologically you're getting more, right? So the point I want to make is their marketing is very good. I've said this for a long time. Even as some things haven't quite gone the way that we wanted or the way that we expected, they've always been good at marketing. They've always been good at securing partnerships. They're good at building things out, right? And now that we're starting to get looked at in a much bigger way, UAE partnership, probably even ones coming beyond that, you might see Shiba Inu be regarded as one of the most developing ecosystems within crypto. It's a very interesting concept. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think that Shiba Inu can in fact become this global powerhouse over the next 5 years? Is this where you could see the SHIB ecosystem finally become what it was meant to be in the first place? So have a great day. Show your love below. Let me know your thoughts. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.